I wasn't in the actual pipe room, so there we go. Now it's a pipe room permanently. They made me a bed in here.
And with that sound, it is time for the Virtual Pipe Club. And I'm not in charge of the Virtual Pipe Club today. It is.
But I'm so happy to have you.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be here. Let's see if.
I'm happy to have everybody here. It's very nice to have everybody.
I'm going to do that. Oops. Then I can't talk if we do that. So.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us. I don't know if it's snowy by you guys. It was snowy here with us today, or yesterday. We got a bunch of snow, so welcome on a snowy December day, we'll say. Today we have Jamie from Stem and Briar who's joining us. I know I mentioned last month that we were going to kind of take a look at cleaning, restoring, repairing pipes. So I made sure to mention if you have any questions to bring them to the table. And we are very, very blessed to be joined by James Connolly. And he's with Stem and Briar. Stem and Briar, you guys all know him. So, but before we get started, anybody want to start us off with what you're smoking? Pass the pipe around? Or I guess I could probably start, huh? So today I wanted to show you guys
We lost you.
one of the first pipes that estate pipes that I bought from this. I mean, if you can. Oh, shoot. My background might be. Oh, I can't even see it. It's just focusing on my face. Okay, there we go. So they're really cool. They're like these square. They're paneled, and it comes with this windproof a wind cap that slides up and down it on the side on the back. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, and it comes off too. But yeah, so this is a really cool old pipe. The patent on it has it dated to the 1940s. And I thought that was a really cool pipe, so that's what I'm smoking right now. And then I'm also have this loaded up for later. This is just an old Nordine, and this was the first estate pipe I ever bought and cleaned. So with the theme of the day, I thought that was appropriate to bring both of those. And then the last one is what I'm working on now. This is my current project. It's a Sustaining. That was a gift. And so this is what my next/current project to clean up is. So there are my 3 estate pipes in the theme of the show. And I will pass the pipe to Miguel.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Nice to see everybody. And I'm hoping, Tim, that you are actually okay to smoke now. Anyway, so I will actually start my day with Tom Elton, pencil shank Dublin with bamboo, and smoking with St. Bruno Flake. And the second pipe will be a Castello Shape 32, old Syrup, and with that, I will happily smoke a Capstan Blue. I'll pass the virtual pipe club to Bud.
Thanks, Miguel. A friend of mine gave me some Newminster 400 that he had stowed, and I broke it up. It's kind of a flake, and it was kind of broken up in the jar, and I rubbed it out even more with my beard buttered palms, and I put it into a pipe I got from Briar Blues. It's a Radici 55, and it's an estate pipe, and it's part of the 2019, I think, pipe of the year that he had. So it's part of that collection, and so it hit on a couple of levels for me. One, the 55 shape of Radici, and the pipe of the year. And then on my second pipe, I'm going to smoke some of the new Hasbah by Drucker and Sons, which is a nice Balkan forward blend, I think. I'm going to smoke it in my Matt Tresher big Dublin that he has here. With the bamboo shank on it. So that's one of my favorite smoking pipes. It's stem work, for whatever reason, he's really good at, and just it fits in, great draw, fits in your mouth good, feels good in the mouth, all that kind of stuff. So, and I will pass the pipe over to Alvin.
Well, thank you. Be sure I'm not muted. Okay, thank you. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to
This is a Wellington French briar from about 1895. You couldn't recognize this as being nickel-plated brass, and the inside was caked with, I am not exaggerating, about a 1/16 inch of ash and gunk. And took some cleaning up, had to clean up the finish, and it won't show up on my camera, but it is straight grain, about three quarters of the pipe. It's a wonderful, nice little system-ish pipe. And those are two examples. There's about, let's see, about more than 250 others, because I like doing it. So I will be smoking in both of these pipes. A blend that I've been working on, that I've the working title is Christmas Pudding. So, and with that, I will pass the virtual pipe to Dimitri. Have you gone, Dimitri?
Thank you, Ken. Amu started with the older Norden. I'm starting with the new Norden, which I just bought a couple of weeks ago when Eric Stockaby was here in New York City. And I'm smoking one of Eric's tobaccos, that's afternoon melange, which is mild English. Again, one of his new blends. And let me pass the pipe to who's also there? Michael Tan.
Thank you, Dimitri, but I've already gone. So,
Sorry. David Johnson.
Thank you, Dimitri. It's always an honor to see you and to listen to your wisdom about pipes and tobacco and all that. Unfortunately, I've been out of sorts for a while. I go through this. I go through this every year. Once the weather starts, once the weather starts changing, I get up in the morning and I take a breath, the cool air, and I cough all day long. So it really curtails my smoking until I can finally get used to it. So I might pick up my Mr. Brog. You can see it. It's got an installed wind cap. I really like this. I keep telling myself I'm going to get more from him because I really like him. I got a church warden from him last year, which I get to smoke once in a while. But anyway, my tobacco of choice is my favorite Lane 1Q. Of course, I've got Texas and Admiral's Choice and Peter Stokeby 201 and there's what is this, 177 L77 MB 1000. Okay, I ran out of the L77. Anyway, they're on my desk. Let's see what I'm doing here. I guess I'm last. I don't see any hands.
All right. It's funny actually, David, I was gonna ask if you'd ever had, you said 1Q is your favorite. I was gonna ask if you ever had the LL7 or the L77 or LL7.
LL7.
Yeah, because that's we carry that here, and I find it to be a a nice alternative for our 1Q smokers. They want something a little different, but not too crazy.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I get
Also,
that. I get that quite a bit. And you're right. It is between that and have you ever tried the Peter Stokeby 201?
I have not had the 201, no.
All right. Give that a whirl. Maybe you can just get an idea what it tastes like. And if you get anybody come in that has a palate for vanilla black Cavendish, then that's something you might want to offer.
Absolutely. We definitely have a variety of smokers who enjoy blends right up that alley. So I appreciate the recommendation.
All right.
You said it's lane what? 207?
No. It's not Lane.
Oh,
It's Peter
Stokeby.
Stokeby 201.
Stokeby 201. All right. Thank you
Guys,
for that.
guys, just
I'll,
so you know, there's another new member named David Dorian Ross. He's new, so welcome. David.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It's nice to be here. Good to meet you guys. Hey, guys.
What are you smoking today, new member?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, I'm here for a short minute, and then I'm gonna run inside the house. It's not snowing yet. It's gonna snow tomorrow, but it is icy out there. And I took a nice nice banana peel slip on the way out to the studio this morning. So I'm gonna go in a minute and put some ice on my good side back there. But I am smoking right now, and I'm smoking.
Just go outside, sit in the snow.
Go outside and sit in the snow. Yeah, I think that's what I'm up for. I'm smoking my Chris Kelly Bent Apple, which I have to say I have such a really wonderful collection of all kinds of pipes from good makers and some good factory pipes. But this one, I just keep coming. This is like really become my favorite pipe. I could have this only. Like if I was back in the old days where people just had one pipe, I would keep this one.
Wow.
And today I'm smoking some HH Rustica. I'm going hardcore.
Little hair on the chest.
A little hair on the chest. Which
Little hair on the
talking,
face, right? Help with the beard.
Yeah, we were talking about my ability to be in puberty, which is I still at 65, it's still eluding me. But yeah, if anything could grow hair, it would be the Rustica.
Hey, David, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, of course.
Now that you've been in Washington for a little while, how do you find getting your tobaccos? Because I know that Washington is no ship in state.
I haven't bought any new tobacco since Chicago. That's how long it's been since I have been able to buy anything new. So fortunately, I have a good stash, and so I've been smoking that up. But I'm still looking for a smuggling partner. So if anybody wants to help me out with that, we should talk.
Little speakeasy.
Yeah, just like sneak me some over the border there.
Well, DDR, I can order anything you want for you. All you have to do is come to New York and pick it up.
I will listen. I'm actually planning a trip to New York in the spring, and I'm staying at your house, Dimitri. Let's just put it that way. So we'll smoke together.
Well, I was going to suggest road trips, David. Road trips.
I'm passing control back to Amu.
That's awesome. You guys are out of control. Well, thank you, DDR. We appreciate you popping in and sharing what I hope you feel better, and keep us posted. Hopefully you're feeling, hopefully the snow outside helps. So today I thought it would be kind of fun to just kind of take the opportunity to talk about estate pipes. I love For those of you who don't know, I like estate pipes. I'm passionate about them. Most of my collection is estate pipes, just like Kent was talking about. Actually, Kent, I think it's really interesting that you also have one of these Weber windproofs, because I've only ever seen one other one. So yours is only the third I've ever seen. So that's kind of it's a really cool pipe, and thank you for sharing. That's cool that we both happen to bring it today.
Yeah, I was pleased and surprised. I didn't have it. I had to go over to the bench and retrieve it.
Grab it.
But
well,
yeah, it when I looked at it at eBay, I thought, is that supposed to be a dumpster?
Kind of looks like a grill dumpster, doesn't it? They're cool. They're really cool pipes. But so I thought it would be fun to tackle and just talk about estate pipes with you guys, just because it's something that I'm passionate about, and it's a part of the community that I really enjoy, is cleaning pipes and doing mild repairs and mild fixes and stuff. But to help me tackle this huge topic, I thought I would bring or ensure that Jamie was on today's call. Most of you guys know Jamie. I got a chance to meet Jamie just a couple years ago when I started working at Arlington. Tim, the president of the CPCC, actually introduced us. And Jamie has been an enormous help in helping me learn how to become a better repair person. And so, yeah, I'm happy to have you here today, Jamie.
Yeah, awesome. Did you buy your drill yet?
No, not yet. I'm telling you, man, this whole customer appreciation, I was mentioning it before we started. We had customer appreciation this week. I haven't done anything in like 2 weeks besides this project, but it is on my list.
You let me brag a couple of seconds. I'll show you my latest estate acquisitions.
Absolutely. Let's see it.
Nice. Very nice.
Can you tell us about them?
This is the eagle claw with an egg, and it's got some flourishing on it. I don't know if you can see it. It's really not that conducive to my camera, apparently.
No, it's beautiful.
It's right there. It's right there nestled behind in between the thumb and the foreclaw. And then this is here. This is Sherlock Holmes. Let me get the camera here. That's Mr. Sherlock himself.
Lovely.
Sorry for my tremor, shaking a little bit here. And then this is Dr. Watson.
Those are beautiful. Those are really nice finds.
And the side.
That's an amazing set. Wow.
Yeah,
I got a smoking price on this thing. I really did. I had to walk out of the shop wondering if the lady knew what she had.
But David, that looks like an unsmoked one. You got it as an estate tape, you said.
What's that? Which one?
That Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, and the other one, the set. Seems to be a brand new. Oh. Okay.
So I don't know if Jamie can speak to this. Actually, that's a really good point, Ramachandran. In the estate world, any pipe that's bought second, not first, would be considered an estate pipe.
Oh.
So even if it's unsmoked, it could be considered an estate pipe, and it could devalue it. Not always, but depending on the pipe, it could devalue.
There's a very, very tiny, I don't know if you can see it. There's a very, very tiny quarter moon of char right there.
Yeah.
And you can tell from my finger, get my fat finger up there. See that? It has been smoked.
Okay.
So I don't care whether they have or not. Like I said, they're beautiful pipes, and I got a smoking deal on them.
David, on that set, you say that one that's been smoked, were they both smoked or
Yeah.
only Sherlock?
No, both.
Both.
Yep.
Those are really cool pipes.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know why
amazing
somebody would
condition
want to
and-
get rid of these things. They're, like I said, they're just absolutely gorgeous.
Maybe
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just inherited from somebody and they're not interested in pipes, so it happens.
I didn't think
Yeah,
about that. You're right. It could be.
We get a lot of folks in who have, people who smoked in their life who may have passed, but they don't know what their stuff is worth or what they have. And we get a lot of people who come in and call us to appraise pipes and to look at them and to help them. And sometimes they'll just, my guess is that if not everybody has a shop like us laying around, then they'll just go to antique stores and just try to sell them. So that could be what happened too. They're beautiful pipes. That's a cool find. Thank you for sharing. So Jamie, what are you working on these days?
Oh man, so yes, probably the right answer is to give a quick little tour. You know what?
Yeah, so you want to as you give a tour or before you give a tour, you want to, if there's anybody here who isn't familiar with you or Stedman Breyer, you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So this is not my full-time gig. If anybody says they're a pipe store and they're rich, they're lying.
I hear you.
But I've been doing this, 12 years. Co-founded a pipe and cigar club at my university back in 2002. Mainly a cigar guy, and that changed about 2005, 2006. Couldn't afford pipes, so I kept buying crappy ones and fixing them. I grew up restoring homes, and got a full wood shop. So always been hands-on, and I just kind of like the the hobby being small. I didn't think pipes would take up that much room. I was wrong. And I've been doing global repairs and estate sales. So the shop is now, I think, what are we pushing? Coming in January, I think it'll be year 13. I've got tens of thousands of stem blanks. I've got 2,000 pipes in inventory, estate pipes. My personal collection is not allowed to grow bigger than a small cube. I got about 50 pipes, and if something I like comes in, something's got to leave. So that's been keeping me honest. And continuing to grow and pick up, more tools and techniques and toys.
Yeah. That's. I know. You've done a lot outside of our immediate community. I know a couple of times you've come to the store and told us about opportunities that you've had to extend the pipe world into like Hollywood and whatnot. You want to share a little bit about that? I think that's a really cool story. It's one of my favorite stories that you've told me.
Oh man, yeah, that was a weird one. So I get this random call from, I'm blanking on the actor or the producer. Crap. But it's the guy who's doing the Oppenheimer movie in July. And he reached out and said, "Hey, we need pipes for Oppenheimer. Do you have any?" And I'm like, he knew nothing about pipes. So I started looking through old photos, matched some up, and ended up actually sending him 14 or 16 pipes that apparently are going to be in the movie. So we're going to play pipe bingo one of these days. Christopher Nolan. That was it. His prop division contact.
That's cool.
So I was super happy because I'm like, man, I want to get this historically accurate for you. And I'm like, here's a picture of Oppenheimer smoking a pipe, and here's a pipe. I'm like, let me modify the stem and make it look perfect. He's like, okay. I want to get this right, man.
It speaks to your inventory and to your knowledge and also to your dedication, because it would be really easy to just send him whatever pipes you can just find. And so I think it speaks a lot to the community as well, having somebody who reaches out like that. That's I love that. So when you so tell us a little bit about Stedman Breyer. So you said you this is your part-time or a side gig that you like to do. What are the kind of things that you usually deal with when you're fixing up pipes?
Repairs. So the vast majority would be a tenon break. Yeah. So this is probably the most common thing I get in the shop, and either I'll have the part because they were nice enough to send it, or I won't. And you know, I'll get that pipe in.
Yeah.
Broken off, and if I'm lucky, they'll say, "Hey, I've got this stuff." About 20% of the time, I'll get that. Great. So tenon repairs are probably the biggest bane of my existence. Fun toys, Mr. Tim West, more machinist stuff. You know, tenon pullers and slide hammers. Never use a. I know people say put a drill bit in, but that doesn't expand the tendons. Pop them out and not crack your shank. So a lot of tenon repairs, a lot of stem placements. I don't know if you can see behind me, there's a patterning board. Those are all different shapes that I've got in inventory. So about 40, what have I got? About 20 or 30,000 stems. I didn't count. But yeah, so you know, there's a customer who says, I need this guy I'm working on right now. You know, same thing. Beautiful pipe, no stem. Good luck. So I usually start with a pattern blank. You want it acrylic, cool. And then between what I was doing while you guys were passing around the virtual pipe was essentially polishing, buffing, getting ready, machining the button, getting that all happy. It's just a block. And then obviously doing on the lathe the final fitting. And that is plus or minus, you know, a thousandth of an inch job. So I love people who call and they're like, yeah, what can you just grab me off the rack, slap my pipe, and call it a day? Like, that's not going to work.
We get a lot of that too.
Yep, getting it to a thou, and then next up with that will be actually to bend it. So and then this one will be pretty much done. Cleaning. So a lot of cleaning. Sometimes they just send me. You know, sometimes I just get sent stems. So right now I got a box of stems that said, I can't clean these at home, they're too dirty. I don't have a buffer, what can you do? So,
am I allowed to ask your favorite way to, because I know some people have their secrets.
Yeah.
Their styles, their personal preference styles. What's your favorite way to clean a stem? What's your preferred way to clean an oxidized stem?
My favorite way is what you can't see is with this buffer, and I use Mr. Tim West's green heavy oxidation block. It's a little aggressive. You got to be light-handed so you don't burn the stem. But this thing is running. This thing's running 12 or 1600 RPM. It's an old motor. Actually, this came from another. I purchased another gentleman from the state. He was a restorer, and for whatever reason, whatever wheel it is and motor combination, this thing is just an absolute sweetheart. Go through that to get it down and get it happy. It takes longer. I don't like using oxidation, and I think anything sold in those little glass bottles is snake oil. I don't think any of it works. So a lot of hand buffing, and then I moved to this station where I basically moved to a white lighter stuff and a carnauba, and then I've got some unique wheels over here for hard to reach areas and dumb stuff. Very thin for getting in certain areas. And then honestly, if it's really tricky, you know, under the button, a lot of stem work, I use sanding sticks. So basically, sandpaper on a little stick, you know, lightly polished back to the wheel, back and forth. But what you can do quite quickly, actually. You know, where's the bad one? That's not great. You know what? Hang on. I know I've got worse stems in this shop. So yeah. There is. I don't know if you guys can see it. Very yellow. Not. There we go. I don't know if that works or not, but so definitely oxidized, right? It's on the cusp of yellow. I like it when they turn green. But the quick hit on this thing. That's one. That's two. Obviously, I didn't get it all. I just got one little spot. Hopefully, I don't know if that shows up. See the.
Yeah. No, you can see it. You can see it.
Yes, you can see the difference.
Yep. So between that and then again, light standing under the button, you know, get all that happy. Make sure that's cleaned out really well. If it's really, really, really bad, I will use a very sharp stereo pointer and get under there and kind of flake that off. Sand and clean play. And I mean, I do this. Hell, I've got overly pricey and antique pipes as well that I own, and I do the same stuff to my own thing. So.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I've always been very careful of when I do restoration is I won't touch it with the customer's pipe unless I do it on my own. I'm the same way because it's what works. You use what works, and you also want to make sure your customers are getting exactly what you want.
Yeah, I'm picky. So yeah, between that and then obviously any other hard to get stuff, little file kits are great. Got way too many files. You get the big ones, you get the small ones. You know, of course, everybody needs a bucket of files. I have my favorites. I like that one. I like that one. I don't know why I own the rest. But I do. And then we were at the shop the other day, and I had a hard time because I was an idiot and forgot to do a final step on a pipe. And one of my best friends is this tin vise. So any clogs or drillings, oh, that's the other fun thing. Clogs or drillings, very long drill bits are really cool.
Yeah.
I won't use power tools for drills. Everything I drill is walked up 100% by hand. So I'll index through a size 44 to a size 1 each step at a time by hand versus trying to, if I can't center it up on the lathe. So, yeah. Most of what I need is actually in this apron.
Most of what you need is what?
Most of what I need is in this apron. This expanded my shop base because I don't have a lot of counter space. I kept putting stuff down and it'd be like crap. So
I was going to say, I do really like that apron.
Yep, it's actually Mr. Adam Savage from Mythbusters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's his design and his signature. So.
Oh, that's cool.
We have a feud going. He does the same projects I do. He's just got more money and time, it seems.
and a TV crew. Do you mostly do your work on the weekends, or do you find time during the week to?
During the week. So yeah, after dinner, need a break. Sit staring at the computer screen. I'll come down here. Some nights, ideally, I'd love to be down here about a couple hours every night.
Okay.
Pack it in about 10. Zone out for an hour and then go to bed. Or better yet, usually I have to work on pipes for a couple hours, get pissed off. I can't smoke in my house. Then I go to the garage and have a pipe. So.
Yeah. It's hard not to be able to smoke while you're working.
Yeah.
Well, what are you drinking?
Just a basic. I don't even know. It's some dumb ale that I had in my fridge. I think it might even be Carlsberg, but.
That's awesome. When you do smoke, I'm gonna change course here a little bit, just because I'm more curious on your smoking habits. When you do smoke, what do you like to smoke?
So I have at any given time about 80 tins open. So I'm a flavor whore. Lately my wheelhouse has been Capstan Blue, the new Christmas flakes, an old a 40th anniversary.
So fucking complicated.
So yeah, kind of everything all over the map. But yeah, lately
Can't work out how to put my video.
Virginia's and Perique.
Okay.
Not a huge. I don't have a problem with aromatics being like, oh, gee. For me, they I get tongue bite, they burn hot, and I don't enjoy them. I don't like the casing, so I tend to steer away from them. There's a couple. Our local shop, Yuli's in Milwaukee, made a Christmas one last year that was chocolate brownie with chocolate cake with chocolate drizzle with a touch of chocolate. Holy crap, was it amazing! It's like, I don't like arrows. This is great. That bag is long gone.
That sounds delicious. Did they make it again this year?
They haven't yet. So fingers crossed, Chris can pull some magic again.
You're gonna have to make sure you let me know.
If I find some, I'll keep you posted.
Thanks. So does anybody have before we continue? Yeah, Tim.
Yeah, Jamie, I have a question for you. I make pipes for a hobby, and so I have access to buffing wheels and stuff like that. So a question I have is, with some of my stem, like the vulcanite stems, they get all deoxidized, and I have soaked them in OxyClean for like maybe an hour, and and then gone through this little sanding and the buffing process. I mean, it's generally brought good results. I don't know if you have ever used OxyClean or whether it's a good idea. I was at a pipe show I was in the Columbus show, and I overheard somebody who cleans pipes and fixes pipes to not use OxyClean. So I don't know if you've ever had any experience with that type of stuff.
So as an engineer with a wife who's a chemical engineer, I've played with OxyClean, I've played with bleach, I've played with various formulations. Every chemical I've played with, I just pretty much gave up on. I did the OxyClean challenge for 1 hour. I did a control. I did 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour, 6 hour, up to 2 days. And honestly, what I found is, sometimes it makes life easier, but the hassle of going through it and then the smell I get out of it when I'm done, I would just rather buff it out. And I've got better control with the buffer cleaning it that way, or wet sanding, to be honest, if it's really, really bad. I've just kind of given up. I've also tried ultrasonic cleaning. I've tried 3 ultrasonic machines. I've also tried a rock tumbler. I've tried all kinds of crap. At the end of the day, and for whatever it is, I did all that before I got this buffing wheel. Whatever magic sauce is in this wheel for diameter, speed, and setup is utterly amazing. No other wheel I own cleans as well as that one. And I've got, again, more experimentation. I've been trying many wheels. So yeah, there's magic sauce in that one, and I don't know what it is.
So what is the wheel and what is the RPM?
The RPM is it's, what is it? 1600?
I think you said 16 earlier.
Yeah.
Let me double check. So this is a 1725, sorry.
Yeah, I have a 1750, which is kind of like the standard that you use. If you use something really super fast, like 3000, it can burn a hole in your stem. So, so I have good results with the buffing wheel. I think it works, but
So, Tim, if I may, I also play a lot with, so Jamie and I also have very similar customers. We also deal with a lot of tenons, a lot of dirty stems. And I've also played with a lot, definitely not as much as Jamie. And I think for somebody who has that perfect setup like Jamie does, that's like that. I get that, but sometimes the OxyClean is necessary for people who might not have resources to a buffing well, or even if it's not as successful for you. So what I usually do, not usually, but so OxyClean is not, so it's the water that's not great for the rubber. That's where the hiccup is, or where or at least where I have my hesitations when I use OxyClean to clean stems. It's the warm water is not good for vulcanite. So that's where the hesitation is for a lot of people. But when I do it, I'll do like a small bath, and then I'll use a magic eraser, like a Mr. Clean magic eraser, to really just scrub and scrub. Now Jamie's boy is you're spending a lot less time. It's much more economical, and it's definitely not as it's less, because what I do next is I will take to get that smell out, or the OxyClean what Jamie was talking about, is just clean it like I would in a state pipe, right? So like alcohol, 99% isopropyl. Make sure it stays on the inside of the draft hole. And then after that, after everything, I'll dip it in mineral oil, and I'll leave it in mineral oil for a couple of days. and just let the mineral oil suck in. And that has been the key to the OxyClean for me. And it's also, I've noticed that it I don't know, something about the mineral oil and the way that it's absorbed into the pipe, into the stem, it makes a huge difference in making sure it doesn't continue to oxidize.
So you soak it in the mineral oil?
I just dip it. I'll just dip it into my bottle. I pull it out. I'll throw a pipe cleaner through it and like twist it to get it to like prop up. And then I'll just leave it over a paper towel for, 2 days or whatever, and then come back and just give it a buff after that. So it's a lot more work, and it's a lot longer of a process. But if you don't have the access to like the buffing wheel or the setup that Jamie has, it's a good alternative with household products you can get at Walgreens.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. And my other kicker too is with me and starting something like that is I'll start the process, put it in a bath, and then forget about it for a week. So
yeah, that'll pull it up. Yeah.
A process that I can interrupt is good. I'm not saying if you don't have the ability, Magic Eraser and OxyClean does in fact work. It is totally viable if that's what you got. So
yeah.
One thing I definitely do though too is again that. I know OxyClean's in the stem. Every pipe that I do, I run through a retort. So
the retort, that's a great alternative. Yeah.
I alcohol retort every pipe that leaves the shop. So
can you say more about what that is?
Hell, I can demo it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Can you?
I got to do one. So how do I do this without setting my bench on fire? Hang on.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, no, don't do that again is the right statement.
Okay, somebody dial 911 and then we'll wait.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody get the fire extinguisher out.
That's fine. Awesome. Okay. This might actually work. Cool. Okay. So I use a lot of Everclear in the shop. Not for me. And in fact, I even use Everclear in my burners. So it's my fuel, it's my cleaner, it's kind of my everything down here. Yeah, I don't know if you know the from Back to the Future when the car runs into the gas cannon and Lloyd Bridges goes like, oh! Yeah, I've been there. So. All right, get that out of the way. So step one, fire. Got it. For retort, what I do is I fill up this little fella, and you can do this with a test tube. What you basically need to do is just not a lot. I just
pull it down a little bit more, Jimmy. A little lower.
Yeah, I just know this thing. So she's filled up to about there, and it's totally clear. This thing's just burnt to hell.
It's glass, yeah.
Yep, this is Pyrex. So fresh Everclear, ready to rock. So that's filled up. What I'll do on the pipe side is, and I've learned this lesson well, always make sure that it actually works, because otherwise you're creating a bomb. And they're done that. Okay. Basically, I stuff a cotton ball into the bowl. And what that does is that stops this from blowing up over top, and but still allows it. It's a filter. So attach surgical tubing. Hopefully that's looks like you guys can see it. Surgical tubing.
Give us a show of that. So you've got glass with the alcohol in the one. You've got the rubber connected from the glass to the stem, and then you've got the cotton ball in the inside of the pipe.
Yep, and by the way, if you are curious, on stemandbriar.com under references, this is all documented on tips and techniques for cleaning. There is a whole retort section in there. So, and I know there's a controversy of, I don't want to run water or alcohol or anything through my pipe. I've never had a problem. I don't have a problem with it ever taking the stain off or wrecking the finish. I polish the briar anyway. So, yeah. So then what I do is I hold it over the flame and patiently wait. And essentially I'm boiling the alcohol. So what it's going to do is it's going to boil, and then it's going to force it into the pipe, and then you'll actually see either steam, or if it's really dirty, you'll see brown tar coming up through here. So take just a second. You can actually hear it. It kind of does a sizzle, like bacon in a pan, and then it fires off once it hits the splash point, or not splash point, but it's almost. There it goes, starting to bubble, starting to bubble. Up the tube it goes. So I'll wait until I see that in the bowl. Go, 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 go. And I see a little bit of vapor, which means I know it's up there doing a thing. And I'll stop, and then capillary action will suck that back into the bulb. And if you notice, it is no longer clean.
So so that basically is cleaning out the inside of the pipe and the stem, right?
100%.
Okay.
So I'll do this a couple rounds.
With the same Everclear, right?
Yeah, I'm just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The most disgusting thing in my shop is the jar that has cleaned 10,000 pipes. Same jar. Don't confuse it with the glass for beer.
Oh, gross.
I know, right? No, I haven't done that one yet. So, yep. So basically, got that all out. Turn off the flame here. I'll pop this off the stem. Now this stem is clean. I just made this stem, so I know it's fine. Then what I generally do is I'll separate the stem. I'll grab my trusty needle nose pliers. Grab my cotton ball, kind of in the inside of the bowl. Got a lot of nice fun under that.
Oh, wow.
Right, and then go back. Everclear in a shot glass, and then I'll start cleaning. And I'll see if I can get this clean. I will use, usually a scrubby pipe cleaner to start. And what you'll find is, and yes, I use every inch of my pipe cleaners because they're not cheap.
No, they're not.
But what you do is, that ends up being pretty good. I will also get the sneaky hidey holes with Q-tips. Really getting in there, and all the fun bits. That's the other kicker. I've already cleaned this section. I always clean this section before I make a new stem because, I learned that lesson. You make a stem, clean the pipe, and then everything's loose. And you're like, well, shit. So do that. Now I will double check as I go with a fluffy, because these things pick up everything. If that goes in and comes out clear, probably pretty darn good. I will. No. Woo, didn't break.
You can fix it though.
No, that was
so that's pretty good. Does anybody have any questions? I see Dimitri. Go ahead. Do you have a question?
Well, I just want to add to the chemical cleaning of stems. Well, active ingredient in OxyClean is peroxide. So basically, when OxyClean dissolves in the water, it releases peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. So to have basically same effect without that nice smell, you can just use regular 3% hydrogen peroxide solution from any drugstore. It will be slower, but it will be safer and no nasty smell. But I agree that the mechanical way is definitely much faster. And I also, that was a great story about Oppenheimer pipe. I just want to say one thing. One of the members of New York Pipe Club saw a picture of Dizzy Gillespie with his pipe, and one of members of Virtual Pipe Club, Simon Bosco from England, made a copy of that pipe. So I saw that pipe that Simon made, and I saw the picture of Dizzy Gillespie smoking the pipe. They look exactly the same.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank you for thank you. That's a good tip on the peroxide.
Jamie, thank you for that demonstration. That was really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Thank
you. There's a dipped in alcohol pipe cleaner, so that doesn't get much cleaner. It's not going to get much cleaner than that.
So Jamie,
Yeah, but definitely don't use anything with the chlorine on a pipe stem. That because it may just oxidize it even more, and you'll have even more problem cleaning it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. What you actually get, so the film that you actually see, or the oxidation you see, is actually the sulfur off-gassing as part of the vulcanization of the rubber process.
Yeah,
So,
when polymer breaks down, the free sulfur accumulates on the surface.
Yep. So oxygen is what you need to get rid of it, and that's why OxyClean does what it does. So 100%.
So Jamie, that retorted Everclear doesn't taste like a smoky Scotch.
No.
Gross. Does anybody else have any questions for Jamie, or anything that you would like to have him show or discuss or touch on?
Yeah, I would like to know a general thing. Jamie, can you recollect which is the oldest estate pipe which you restored it? And have you come across any one such pipe, which was absolutely hopeless in condition, but you were able to restore it back to life?
I'll take the second one last. The one I restored because it was worth the effort was a Dunhill where the bowl was in 5 pieces, and I put brass reconnecting rods in it, and then put a briar plug in the bowl to hold it all together. And that's been 7 years, and I told the guy to call me if he ever had an issue. He said it's a great smoker, and as far as I know, it's still happy.
That's awesome.
As far as oldest, I've probably worked on a bunch from 1860. My personal favorite, this one's mine. So that's albatross bone, amber, silver appointments. So that's my church wood.
How old is that? You said 1860?
This one's 1875 to 1880 based on the hallmarks. Yeah.
Where did you find that?
England.
That's awesome. That's like an old pump pipe. Did we lose you, Jamie?
There you go. Another one from turn of the century from California. They were called the hell are these called? The Gigantos? I'm working on fixing it, but there's a big one.
That looks almost like a cartoon pipe.
Oh, no, that one's this one.
That is an absolute cartoon pipe, yes. Like one of those exploding cigars, but a big pipe.
No, this one's a cartoon pipe. This one's the cartoon pipe.
Oh, no. That's just Rich Esserman's what he smoked in the morning.
I keep this in the other room as a weapon.
Where did you find that? Where do you even find pipes like that?
So the first one, the large English one, was actually just I stumbled across that as an eBay auction. The other one is actually a Boswell's, like gigantic line, and that came in with a box of estate pipes. The guy's like, I like big pipes, take a look. And that was on top. And I was like, yes, you do, sir. And I didn't have the heart to sell it, so it ended up in the demonstration pile.
Is that the Boswell Grizzly?
I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. But...
Well, he's got a jumbo, which is big, and then he's got like the Grizzly, which is like even bigger, like just insanely big.
Yeah, it had a different name than jumbo, so that might have been it. Yeah, it's just stupid. It takes way too much tobacco.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
How many times have you smoked out of it?
3. So it does get used, just not often.
So what's your favorite type of project to get in?
Oh man, that's a hard call. Honestly, that one's okay. Favorite one to get in? Anybody who sent me a family pipe, anybody who sent me an heirloom that says, "Hey, this is my grandfather." Even even the ones, especially when they're like, I want these cleaned up, I want them to look nice, and I'm going to put them on my desk with a framed photo of my grandfather, and we don't. I'm like, awesome. And that's the funny thing. I don't know what people are sending me, so I kind of treat everyone that comes in the shop like I'm restoring Grandpa's pipe. I don't know. You send me a $15 Dr. Grabo, I do $15 worth of work on it. I'm like, this seems dumb, but I have no idea why you sent it to me. So make it sexy.
Yeah. I also really appreciate when people come in, and I like to tell people that I deal in nostalgia, because there is a lot of tenderness and nostalgia in estate pipes, and I can appreciate that sentiment.
Yep. Yeah. One of my favorites is I was in Maryland visiting my in-laws, and the neighbor across the road came over, and just out of the blue, he had no idea I worked on pipes, and he heard I did. So he runs across the street, comes back, and he had his great uncle's meerschaum from like 1860, 1870, and the amber bit was gone, and the case was just a mess. And he was in no hurry, so I cleaned it up and brought it back the next year. I actually restored the wooden case. I redid the leather for him. I put the amber bit back on. I got this thing looking like sexy. He doesn't smoke, and yeah, he was over the moon. He sent me a picture. He actually built a display case for it, put it on display as.
That's really awesome. Dave, it looks like you have a question. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, just I don't know about meerschaum pipes, but this one I got from my dad. It's from the 50s. He got when he was serving in Europe, but the timing's out on the screw in. You know what I mean? So when I fixed it by folding a lottery ticket in half, because it's the finest paper I could find, and making a washer, and now it kind of fits tight and straight. But without it, the stem would be sitting on there kind of.
Yep,
like that.
100%. Is the tenon piece? Is it bone or plastic?
It's not. I don't know what this material is. I almost want to say it's bakelite.
No. Just the tenon.
The
metal.
It appears to be the same material as the. Oh no, it's plastic.
Is it plastic?
Plastic. Yeah.
Hard to tell. Okay, yeah. So the trick with those, what you got to do, unfortunately, is I will actually adjust that in more, and it might be that's actually. Hang on, I'll show you what the other side of that looks like.
Yeah, it's a very similar trick used in old briar pipes that have that same screw-in tenon. That a lot of times that plastic that's inside whatever glue they had might have gotten turned.
Yeah, that's how wonk it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. One thing that'll work too is if you don't want to do it and you're not comfortable, putting little binder with a hole tear out protectors, so little circles. You can use those as little mini washers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to mess the pipe up too much, because it's. Right. I got it from my dad and whatever, and it seems like the lottery ticket washer works, but it's not very aesthetically pleasing.
No, and those are tricky. So yeah, usually I'll work with the stem. I might even drill it out a little bit more on the countersink and get that thread to twist in. Another trick I've done is just heat it up slowly, and then I actually kind of rock it back and forth. You usually get a degree or two every time. And it's painstaking and brutal, but you can generally you can get it to kind of get back into position. But yeah, shrinkage and change in time with those plastic tenons, they're not the greatest.
It's never going to be a fancy pipe, but it means a lot to me. My dad was a jet engine mechanic, and you can see where he held the pipe all along. He always had it in his hand like that, and he had grease and shit all over his fingers all the time. So the whole top is just covered in grease. But yeah, I just wondered how easy that was to correct. But if there's a chance of me busting anything, then I'm probably just going to leave it like that.
I was going to say, there's a chance of you busting something if you know what you're doing. It's not too bad, but it's definitely a hair. Yeah, I practiced that one a while.
Yeah.
And
okay. But that's something you would be able to handle if I were to send this to you. You'd be able to get that straightened out.
I can definitely try. I won't say no.
Okay. All right. Well,
odds are good.
okay, perfect. Well, I'll keep that in mind then. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I never want to answer, oh man, yeah, that's going to be a piece of cake. But generally, it's like, I'll figure out something.
Yeah. Well, it's not something ridiculous to ask for anyway. That's all. I'm not asking you part to see or turn water to wine. So. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
I've done that last one. It takes 60 days.
See, I do it the opposite way. I turn my booze back into something else, but I'm not going to go into details on here.
They say you never own good beer. You simply rent it. Hey, I got a question. This is our group pipe, and it's fine. It's nice. I like it. But it's representative of many of my pipes. What would it take? Is it possible? Can this be converted to take a 6 or a 9 millimeter filter?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Yes.
Good.
Here, can I see that pipe again? What kind of a pipe is that?
That's a bone pipe.
It's a
bone.
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like a bone. It looks like a bone skin here.
It is. This was a group pipe that.
Oh yeah, from 2020. Yes, I see it. Yeah. I like that handling.
Good pipe.
Well, as far as the filter goes, the only limitation will be you'll be limited by the tenon. So, a 9, probably not. Could it be done? Absolutely. You might have to drill out the mortise in the pipe. So 6 millimeter might get away with it. You'll have a thinner wall tenon. I would make that out of probably Delrin. I have my box of bits here.
Gotcha.
I will custom machine. They don't make, so I don't know why. They make 9 millimeter tubes. I could buy these. Awesome. Love it. They don't make 6s. I have to machine them from scratch.
Okay. All right. Well, that would be. I wouldn't attempt it because I don't have the tooling or ability.
I know he can do it for a 6 millimeter, like even the balsa filter, Sabanelli balsa.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've had a lot of my artisan pipes converted like that way.
Did you?
Yes.
And it works okay?
Works great. And
Super.
In few rare cases where the pipe is the shank is rather short, I have to maybe trim a third of the filter off. It still works great.
No, that's easy to do with those.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
By the way, my group pipe was drilled for a 9 millimeter, so I know it'll work.
Okay. All right.
I got mine drilled that way from Chris.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty. I got in late, and I was barely able to get one, and I ended up getting 2. But there's quite a bit of shake there, so.
Yeah, you got plenty to work with, I think.
Yeah. Good stuff.
At that point, it's a machining job, and this thing's been my baby. So.
That's a beauty.
1932.
Excellent.
That's a beautiful machine.
Yes. So this gets all the work down here. And then I've actually got all the tooling from the original machinist. His union card from 1930 is still in the drawer. And his lucky 1921 silver dollar.
That's awesome.
I left it there.
How neat. All of the antique treasures, huh, Jamie?
Yep, you got it.
So
one of these times I'll have to tell you guys the other shop, and that's a 1926 pipe factory. But right now it's in disarray.
Where is your other shop?
Out the door. So my 3-car garage, I have a.
Was that from Yuli's?
Yep, that's all the Yuli's equipment.
You said you have what there?
It's a horizontal boring machine with boring heads, and then what's called a phrasing machine that takes patterns, metal blanks, and then duplicates it and makes a briar duplicate. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
a full. It was the John Albert, and then Yuli's pipes that were made in the 50s and 60s. It was the machine that basically made all those.
Wow.
Do you still have the blanks as well?
I have about 110 blanks.
Oh wow, that's cool.
That
Half
is
of them,
cool.
I think about 30 of them are 1967 Ellie's that have not been reproduced, and a couple of them are Moyes. And then the rest
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's a scary as hell to run, but
There was no proprietary agreement on the sale or anything.
That was before OSHA.
oh god, yeah. Now, Osha's a small town in northern Wisconsin. That's all we know.
I live right
For
next
those
to
of
it.
you,
I'm in Wausau.
There you go.
For those of you who are interested, and I know Dave was talking to him about having the stem fixed on his pipe possibly, or you might want to look at the resources Jamie has. His website, Stem and Briars. I gotta tell you, Jamie, this is a really impressive website. All the resources that you guys have on there. I posted the main Stem and Briar website and the Stem and Briar resource page into the meeting chat. So make sure you guys take a look at that. Take a look at Jamie's website, and you figure out how to send him pipes or he's got books, articles, links, tutorials to tools. He's got everything on here, so it's
Still adding. Adding everything I can.
Hey, when you what are you besides the capstan, is there any type of, or let me ask you this, actually. I wanted to ask you about your other antique collections, because I know you're really into all types of antiques. What would you say is your, after your pipes and everything, what would you say is your next, like, I guess you call it passion or excitement when you are collecting?
Vintage machinery.
Machinery.
Yeah, probably machinery and then vehicle.
What kind of vehicles?
Oh God, I've had everything from a 1940 International Harvester artillery mover. I've got a 1948 tractor that mows my lawn. I got a 1957 mahogany boat. I got a 72 Ford. I had a 67. I've had a 70. Yeah. That's couple of Harleys. I am working on paring down my junk, but other dumb little side hobbies. I used to collect inkwells. I collect lapidarian rocks. I do fossils, antique books. I do tube radio repair, so antique tube radios. Cleared up most of that collection. I kept a handful that I keep running, and then do furniture restoration and antique furniture restoration.
Ooh. Does anybody have any final question? Hold on. I
haven't met a hobby I don't like. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I just have one question.
Please,
Jamie, where are my pipes?
What's that?
Where are my pipes?
Yeah.
It's funny because Tim said he was going to hop on here and harass you too.
I know.
Actually, did Tim hop on? I didn't see him. Oh, there he is.
Is he hiding?
I think he is hiding. Well, if nobody has any further questions for Jamie, then I will. We'll start wrapping up here. But hey, that was awesome. Thank you so much for your demonstration, and thank you for showing us your shop. And
yeah,
man, I'm happy like I'm able to hop on.
But if you think of something else or you don't want to talk live, send me a note.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please. How can you plug your pluggables? Tell people how to find you, where to find you.
Oh no, it's at stemandbriar.com. Pretty much everything is there. How to send in a pipe. Now I will say, if you are looking for an estate pipe and you don't see it there, there's only about a quarter. No, not even that. It's about an eighth of my inventory that's published. My son is my photographer. He's slacking. So if anybody's looking for something and you don't see it in inventory, by all means ask. I will happily dig through the piles. There's thousands of pipes down here that I don't have listed. So I started trying to get rid of them, and I got too darn busy in repairs. So when I get caught up in repairs, I go back to listing pipes. Yeah. Side hobby, keeping me off the street.
Keeps you out of trouble, right?
Plan.
Well, thank you, Jamie. We really appreciate that. I hope you get to go have your smoke soon.
Jamie, if you have a 51 David Dunhill in that collection, let me know. I'm still looking for my birth year Dunhill. Hadn't quite found it yet.
All right, send me an email and I'll add you to the list. I've got a list of Dunhill numbers that people are looking for.
Yeah, I almost waited till I got too old to look for it. So.
Yeah, I don't have a 51.
Okay. That's all right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll send you a note.
Yeah.
Awesome. Miguel or Tim, do you guys have anything else for the club?
Not really, Miguel. How about you?
I actually have a little bit of an ask. If you guys are actually recommending the Virtual Pipe Club to your friends, just if you don't mind, just ask your friends to answer all the questions in order for us to approve the membership, because we do not want actually to approve them if they don't answer the 3 questions that we ask if they want to join the Virtual Pipe Club. That's thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us all today. Keep an eye out on the page for our next meetup. I think DDR said that he will have one on the 31st, but double check on the page, and then I will see you guys again in the middle of January at some point, and I'll keep you guys posted with exactly when we're gonna pop off again. But if there's anything specific you'd like to see, I don't have anything planned yet. I'll probably have something planned by the end of the month, but otherwise shoot me over a message. I'm also on the page, or you can DM me if you'd like, and we'll get you guys something else, another person to chat to that you guys find interesting, or if you have anything that you'd like to talk about, any topics or anything, let me know. We're gonna start off the new year fun. It's gonna be a good time. So
will there be another meeting next week?
I thought he said the 31st.
Every 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
every 2 weeks. Okay, good.
Yeah, there is no meeting for next week. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
It'll be on New Year's Eve, or probably New Year's for you, Ramachandran. It'll already be.
Oh yeah. Yep. Nice and early. So we'll see you in the new one, Ramachandran. Thank you guys so much. I'm not sure I'll get a chance to see you guys on the 31st, but I hope you guys everybody has a great holiday and stays very safe, especially if you guys are going to get hit by that blast that's supposed to come next week in the Midwest. If you all are out here with us, just stay safe, stay warm, do good, smoke on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tamu. Thanks, guys.
Take care, everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Sweet smokes.
Bye.